Friends, I am Dr. Surjit Ghosh. Welcome to my channel, Dr. Ghosh Presents. Signs, symptoms and uses of alumina. Full name alumina. Common name aluminium hydrate. Source chemical compound. Chemical kingdom. That is, it is a chemical thing. Basically, aluminium hydroxide. Therapeutic uses of alumina. Skin diseases, headache, infantile constipation, cough, diarrhea, dysentery, leukorrhea, menstrual disorders, nervous disorder, etc. Sphere of action of alumina, it acts upon motor nervous system. So most important thing is motor nervous system, female genital organs, skin, intestine, etc. Temperament of alumina, hypochondriac. Hypochondriac means the person who exaggerate all his feelings and expressions. Exaggerated feelings and expression are hypochondriacs. It's alumina hot or chilly? Very chilly. Mental generals of alumina, hasty but slow in execution, hence makes mistakes in speaking, writing. Suicidal tendency on seeing knife or blood. Always groaning, moaning, grumbling, worrying, fretting. That is, mentally he is very dissatisfied. Thinks time passes too slowly. If this symptom is a significant mental symptom, is also available in medullinium, argentum nitricum and cannabis indica. Pessimistic attitude, variable mood, weak memory, peevish, depressed, sensation as if you'd fall forward and always anxious about it. Physical generation of alumina, degeneration of spinal cord, unable to walk except in daytime, cannot walk with eyes closed, tottering and falling down. This is also available in argentum nitricum, gelsemium and cephalinum. Dryness of skin and all mucous membrane. Most important thing is degeneration of spinal cord. Patients are thin, inactive, want to lie down, but lying down increases fatigue. Get better entirely for some time, then without apparent cause, get worse. That is, these patients get better entirely for some time, then without apparent cause fall into worse trouble. Chronicity of problem, that is, problems is chronic, returns again and again. Ill effects of disappointments, mental. Girls dried up and wrinkled at puberty. Look at the image of the girl at puberty, how much thin she is. Constipation of babies from artificial food. Trembling, convulsive movements, spasms with tears and laughter alternately. General aggravation and amelioration of alumina. Worse, warmth of room, bed, artificial foods, potato, starch, salt, speaking, dry odor, early on waking, sitting, after menses, periodically on alternate days, caution, tobacco, smoke, lifting, heavy exertion, full and pneumonia. That is, all these conditions worsen the alumina patient in general of his physical or mental symptoms. Better in evening, open air, moderate exertion and temperature, damp weather and cold washes. Head symptoms of alumina. Vertigo, worse on talking, on closing or opening eyes before breakfast. Vertigo with white stars before eyes. Look at the image on the right hand side top. Vision out of focus. One has to wait for normal vision. Better by wiping eyes. Violent stitches in brain with nausea. Headache as if one is dragged by the hair. Headache better by lying quiet in the bed. By lying quiet in the bed, the headache person suffering from headache feels better. hair dry, falling of hair, scalp itches and is numb. Eye symptoms of alumina. White stars before eyes with vertigo. Just we described in the last slide this symptom. Eyelids falling, thickened, dry, burning, smarting. Objects look yellow, eyes inflamed. Lacrimation during days, agglutination at night, eyes feel closed. Agglutination. This is agglutination. The eyelids are stuck up in the thick exudate. Ear symptoms of alumina. Heat and redness of one ear. Mind it, one ear. Eustachian tube seems plugged. Eustachian tube. This is Eustachian tube. You know, eye in the middle ear, that is mid portion of eye, is connected to throat with the help of a tube like structure. This is called Eustachian tube. This Eustachian tube seems plugged when chewing and swallowing. Crackling and buzzing in ear. When one person swallows or chew, he feel this sound, buzzing ear or crackling in the ear. Now, mind it, this middle ear has got one tympanic membrane and three small ossicles called malleus incus stapes. This is a very important part of the ear. Most of otorrhea results from middle ear infection. Nose symptoms of aloe. Nostrils are sore, red, point of nose cracked, scales with thick yellow mucus. Face symptoms of alumina. Old looking face, dusky and wrinkled. Maxillary joints feel tight while chewing and swallowing. Now look, what is maxillary joint? These are the two maxillary bone on left side, right side, the green portion. Actually, this forms the prominent portion of the face, and they all this bone holds the root of the teeth, nasal aperture, nasal base, orbits, and hard palate. This is maxilla, and the lower portion is called mandible. These are two important bony part of comprising the head. Involuntary spasmodic twitching of the lower jaw. This is lower jaw. Blood boils, pimples on the face. Sensation of a cobweb or white of egg on the face. That's a very interesting and peculiar symptom. The patient will report to you that, doctors, I feel that some thing like a cobweb or the white of egg as if stuck on my face. Mouth symptoms of alumina. Teeth feel long, pain extends to other parts like larynx, neck, shoulders, tingling, itching of tongue, musty, bad odor from mouth. Throat symptom of alumina. Constant hawking to clear throat, feels dry, full of sticks, constricted as if food would not pass, swallowing painful, worse from solid, better from empty swallowing, better from empty swallowing. Warm drinks, tightness from pharynx down to the stomach, as if food would not pass. We know that from pharynx up to stomach there is a tube, it's called esophagus, through which food passes from mouth to stomach. Clergyman sore throat. The clergymen used to give long sermons, long speech, so very often their throat get sore. This is a very important medicine. Clergyman sores. Stomach symptoms of alumina. Abnormal craving for coarse food, chalk, charcoal, dry foods, tea, coffee grounds, fruits, vegetables, dry rice, and indigestible things. Actually, fruits is normal, but green vegetables is something not normal. The alumina patient craves for these peculiar foods. Constriction of esophagus. See the constriction of esophagus, this is esophagus. The esophagus is constricted. That is, the patient will report that Doctor, I think that my food will not pass from throat to stomach. Pain lasts for 3 hours after meal. Big bellied children, aversion to potatoes and meat, which also disagrees. Abdomen symptom alumina, left-sided abdominal complaint, pains from rectum to ankle. Rectum inactive, even soft stool requires heavy pressure. Evacuation is preceded by painful urging long before stool. Finally, straining at stool. Constipation of sucklings, that is babies, nursing babies, old people, women of idle habit, that is women with sedentary habits. Stools, small balls, hard knots, bright clots of blood. This actually nature of the stool of alumina patient can pass stool while standing position. Actually, in standing position, he or she feels better. Get relief from pain during stool because the rectum is very much painful. Urinary symptoms of alumina: fears of wetting bed, retention and dribbling, smarting when urinating, feeling of weakness and bladder in bladder and genitalia, muscles of bladder semi-paralytic, muscles of bladder, semi-paralytic, must strain at stool to urinate, frequent desire to urinate in aged, flow slow. Male symptoms of alumina, that is male genital symptoms. Main pain in the perineum. Perineum, perineum is the region between anal orifice and root of the penis in case of male, and in case of female it is from anal orifice to lower end of the external genitalia of the women. During coition and while erection continues, that is during coition and while erection continues, pain in the perineum in case of male. Priapism at night. Priapism means actually the penis become painfully stiff, and it is very much painful condition. Sexual desire increased with voluptuous itching and tickling in genitals. Involuntary emission while straining at stool. There is emission of seminal fluid. Female symptoms of alumina: menses too early, short, scanty, pale, followed by great exhaustion. Leukorrhea, acrid, profuse, runs to feet during daytime. That is from genitals, external genitalia to feet, the white discharge runs. Intolerable bearing down pain, tickling and itching in the genitals with strong desire to embrace. That is, in both the case, notice in both the case, in case of male, in case of female, the sexual desire is increased. Nipples itch, burn, look inflamed during pregnancy. Respiratory symptoms of alumina: constant dry hacking cough with sneezing causes difficulty in breathing, worse in the morning, with elongated uvula. See this elongated uvula, this is elongated uvula. Uvula is enlarged, and this enlarged uvula is creating tickling from which this cough arises. Also, it arises from condiments or eating irritating things, talking and singing. Sudden loss of voice on taking cold. Loss of voice means some sort of trouble in the larynx. Chest feel constricted, worse sitting, bent or stooping. Soreness on chest on talking. Heart symptom alumina. Wakes up at 4 to 5 a.m. with anxiety heart. Anxiety at heart. Heart, the area of the chest which is just adjacent to our heart is called precordium. Every trouble of heart we feel in this precordial region. That is, the patient will feel some anxiety feeling in this precordial region. Better after waking. When he wakes, it is better. Palpitation or shock at the heart. The same thing. Precordial region. The pain, this palpitation will be felt. The shocks will be as if some throbbing sensation, sudden push in this precordial region. Neck and back symptoms of alumina. Pain in the back as if hot iron were thrust through lower spine. Violent stitches in the back. Back feels bandaged. Extremity symptoms of alumina: inability to talk except when, inability to walk. Inability to walk except when eyes are open or in daytime. It has already been explained earlier. Totters if eyes are closed. Locomotor ataxia. Locomotor ataxia, see, locomotor ataxia is a system of central nervous system. When the portion of the cerebellum which controls our movement coordination is lost, that is, the cerebellum, part of the cerebellum is damaged, then locomotor ataxia results, and the patient gets become like that of a alcoholic, highly alcoholic, intoxicated persons. He lost his coordination of gait. This is, I got this image from Zombie, a film of zombie feeling. The zombies are walking in staggered or as the result from locomotor ataxia. Soles painful while stepping on it, as if they are too soft. Cramps on crossing legs. Bones feel squeezed. Pain in the arms and finger as if hot iron penetrated. Arms, lower limbs feel heavy as if paralyzed. See, paralyzed sensation, there are two types. One is heavy, another loss of sense, that is numbness. Both the thing is noted under alumina. As a paralyzed, go to sleep easily. That is pins and needle sensation in the muscles. Legs and feel numb. Legs feel numb. Something is paralyzed, some numbs. Sitting heavy, sitting when sitting cross legs. Heels feels numb when stepping. Nail brittle thick. Nail brittle thick. Gnawing under nail and festination. See, festination is a movement trouble of commonly seen in the Parkinson's patient when the gait is certainly accelerated. The gait of movement, the gait of writing, the gait of speaking, I mean the tendency of speaking, the tendency of writing, this is suddenly accelerated. This is called festination. It is actually also a disease of central nervous system. This is generally seen in Parkinson patients. Skin symptoms of alumina: dry, rough, cracked skin, intolerable itching. When getting warm in bed, eczema, must scratch until bleeds. Must scratch until bleeds. This symptom is also seen in sulfur hypersulf. Slightest injury on the skin is marred, get inflamed. Skin sulfur symptoms also. HS symptoms, hypersulfur also. Skin symptoms worse in winter, full and new moon. Sleep symptoms of alumina: sleep restless, anxious, with confused dream about thieves, ghosts, sleepy feeling in the morning. Fever symptoms of alumina: heat with itching. That is, in the heat stage, there is itching. Chilliness, worse in open air. Complementary medicine, Bionia. Related medicine, plumbum mint. Before winding up, keynotes of alumina once more. Very chilly patient, relieved by warmth in general except skin affections. Dryness of all mucous membranes of body, dry skin too. Diarrhea during urination. Great craving for indigestible things like chalk, charcoal, coffee ground, tea grounds. Aversion to meat and potato which disagree to. Inactivity of rectum. Even soft stool require great straining. Profuse leukorrhea, transparent, acrid, running down to hill. More during day and better by cold bathing. Inability to walk a single step in darkness or eye closed. Almost as locomotor ataxia, symptoms of locomotor ataxia. Hasty, hurried patient thinks time passes too slowly. This is already we got in Argentum nitricum, Cannabis indica, Medurinum. The reverse of Coculus. Coculus just reverse. They think that time passes very fast. With this, the video ends. Thanks for listening and viewing. If you got anything to say, please write down in the comment section. I'll certainly respond.